Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial on how to print on tissue paper. I know in previous videos I've printed on tissue paper, but I just wanted to show you how I did it to create these lovely pockets for junk journals. This video was totally inspired by Izabelle. Her YouTube channel is Izabelle Craft Creations, and I will leave a link to her YouTube channel down below. In her video she actually shows you how she decorated these wage packets, or just any envelope that you wanted to do. But in my video I'm going to show you how to print on tissue paper and how I achieve this effect, because in her video she uses napkins. I don't really have access to napkins. They're quite expensive in the UK and you don't always get lovely pretty patterns that I see all the lovely ladies in America having. So I thought what I would do is use my Artie Mays design team kit to actually print on tissue paper, and this is the effect that I got. So you can still see the design behind, and all I've done is I've just added a snowflake embellishment and just a little quote, and I've put some glitter. Some glitter on the words. I don't think it will quite pick up on the video. So what I'm going to do then is I'll just show you the tutorial. All you will need is just regular tissue paper. This is just from packaging. You'll need an A4 piece of paper because you're going to stick your tissue paper onto here and guide it through your printer. And you're also going to need some repositional adhesive spray. You don't want the permanent one, you want the repositional, because then you're obviously going to take it off this paper. Okay, so let me show you how I attach the two together. I'm going to use a scrap of paper because you're actually going to spray, and I don't want to spray onto my desk. And all I do is I just cut a rough piece of paper beforehand, so this is more than enough. I always just cut it rough to begin with, and then cut it exactly when you're on the paper. Just cut it out, and it's a beautiful way. I know lots of people will have access to napkins, but it's a lovely way if you are using a digital kit just to make everything tie together in the junk journal that you're using, or if you wanted to gift any little bits and bobs, it's a great way to tie it together with anything that you're gifting. So as you can see, my tissue paper is bigger than my paper, which is actually what I actually want. Okay, now I've used this piece of A4 paper to stick to when I did these ones, so it is already a little bit tacky, but you just want to spray it again. And what I tend to do is I spray more on the end that's going to go through the printer first, because that's where you really want it to adhere. The rollers are going to help it keep in place for the rest. So there's hardly any glue down the bottom here. You want to put the majority of it there, and then a little bit of a light dusting further down. Not sure if you'll be able to see the glue as it goes on, but I don't saturate it loads. I just do it really lightly, just because you just want that little bit of tack. And you especially want it right there because you don't want it to be peeling up or anything like that. And then the only bit that I pay particular attention to try and get it straight is this top edge. So my tissue paper has a smooth and a rough side. I'm going to print on the rough side because you know that the ink's going to absorb then. Okay, so it hasn't gone down exactly flush. But that's okay, because again you've got this repositional spray, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it all down. So, and now I'm going to trim. I don't ever try and trim it to A4 size before I've stuck it down, because tissue paper is one of those things where it just runs away from you, doesn't it? And you think you're cutting it right, but you're not. So I just cut around my A4 piece of paper. Probably boring you watching me cut a piece of paper. Okay, so there we have it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to choose my digital kit, And like I say, I'm using an Artie Maze digital kit. It's a Christmas kit, as you can see. I am going to choose a slightly different paper, but you're probably going to want to choose a nice background paper with some background elements, but also some nice images on it, because you know you want some images on here, don't you, at the end of the day. So let me just do that. Here's my kit from Artie Maze. This was the page that I printed previously. Oh, there's me in the background. So you can see it's got 4 different elements there, so I knew that I could do 4 different pieces. But I think I'm going to do this one because the holly will look quite nice, and it's got girls, and you know, I still probably get about 4 envelopes out of that as well. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to print it in a normal way. I'm just going to press print. And this one is actually a TN kit, so I'll just scale it down to size. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to feed it through my printer. The way that you put it in your printer will depend on which way your printer feeds. So if you've got a printer where you have to put it in like that, then I think you have to press it facing forward. But in my printer, it goes in the bottom and then sucks through like that. So I need to put mine face down, but it will tell you on your printer on the feeding section. I usually take every other piece of paper out in case it sucks something else instead. So let me just do that and then I'll show you the results. Okay then, so here is how it's come out. It's still on the tissue paper on the paper. I do usually give it a few moments just to let the ink dry, because as you know from just printing on normal paper, sometimes the ink doesn't dry straight away. You'll notice it looks very vibrant. That's because it has the backing. It's obviously only on a very thin sheet of paper. What you didn't need to do from the end that wasn't stuck very well is just try and peel it off. Okay, so just gently peel it off. If you do rip it, don't worry, because that's the nature of tissue paper. You can rip it and it looks fine. It's always a very delicate process. Okay, so it is going to roll up just because you've put that tension on it, but there we go. So there you have it, a beautiful decoupage sheet. You know, you'd pay a couple of pounds for this in a craft store, so now you can create it all by yourself at home. Go on over to Izabelle's channel. Again, I'll link it down in the description bar below, when she'll walk you through decorating these envelopes. But don't think it's just limited to the wage packets. You can put it on any type of envelope that you like and then embellish it, stick it in your junk journals. As for these ones will be going in my Etsy store. Again, the link to that is down below. So thank you guys ever so much for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to replicate this kit, check out Artie Maze's shop on Etsy. I'll leave a link to this kit in the description box as well, so everything that I've used will be in there. But she has lots of other kits. Even if you're watching this video after Christmas, you can just transfer the same technique onto other styles of kits that she has. So thank you guys ever so much for watching. Bye.